Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Welcome Grove Homestead. We are getting a very late start to milking today for a couple of reasons. First of all, we had a fence down this morning and we had cows out this morning. I look outside and there's Rocky just hanging out in the yard, and so scramble, get bodies. As he's running back out toward the barn, he joins the other 4 cows that were also out. So we have 5 cattle out this morning. So we rounded them up, kind of patched the fence as best we can until David is home, because I possess neither the ability nor the strength to fix it myself, because I got this thing. Basically, one of the cows last night when I was milking, she flinched and her leg just caught my finger on the way by and bent it the wrong way. So that presents challenges in and of itself. This is obviously not an actual finger splint. We are going to get one today, but I think that it's possible that my finger may be just a little bit sprained because it's very stiff and very sore this morning. So I have a helper to help me with the milking this morning. So it's a little hard to tell from here. I'll have to get another shot of it after we're done milking. But right there is where the fence was completely busted, bent down, wrecked. So obviously the escape point. But we got everybody rounded up. Now, of course, my 2 jerseys were very good girls and were not out. Yay. Yeah. But I do want to commend my kids. They were fantastic this morning getting those cattle rounded up. We had 5 cattle out, and sometimes it can be a little chaotic when you have kids trying to help herd animals. They get overexcited and they spook animals or anything like that. And we had the kids, myself, and Gideon, the dog, rounding up these cattle, and everyone followed directions to a T. The dog was a help. All the kids obeyed directions, and it was fairly smooth getting all of the cattle rounded up and getting them back into their pen. So good job. All right, let's milk the cows now.
Yeah.
So here's how you're gonna do this, Audrey. We're gonna flip this around because it's backwards.
Yes.
Put it
Clearly.
Put it backwards for transporting. Okay. Now see that air hose right there? There we go.
This is
Put
huge.
it all the way on. Very nice. Perfect. Okay, so now this part is done.
Done.
So you know Claire gets 3 of those, right?
Yeah. I do now.
Okay. Now you can dump that in the feeder. You get 1 scoop of alfalfa. All right, and then we're ready for Miss Claire.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, here she comes. Claire, you know it's your turn.
Oh, good girl, Claire.
Come on, sweet Claire. Good girl. Well done. Yep, you ate all your food. Now let her out.
Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna get her food. And then we let Callie in. Hey there, y'all. So it's been a couple of days since I filmed Audrey helping me with the milking because of an injured finger. It's actually doing okay. It's not as bad as we thought. It just was really stiff that first day, but it's really gotten a lot better. But I wanted to show you what David's working on today. I've been inside editing, actually. But David's working on fixing the fence for the cows. Actually, it looks like he's fixed the fence where the cows got out the other day. And he's also working on some drainage stuff, but he called me to talk about how it can be difficult to get some traction out here. Might have mentioned that he may have fallen, so let's go see how muddy he got.
There's a lot of poopy in here.
That's what happened. So much mud. Look at that nicely repaired fence. Hey guys.
Beat the pitchfork.
Nosing around in the hay. Look at that brand new panel. Fancy new T-post. Very nice. So as you can see, this entire area back here where the cows are is totally torn up. It's become a high traffic area, and there are hooves on the ground who just really wrecked it, and it's just nasty. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm a weenie California girl, so I hate winter. I didn't even like winter when I was in California. I hate it even more here, but but mostly that's just because of the mud. We came from a place that rarely ever got any rain, so mud basically didn't exist, at least not in this kind of way. So milking the cows has certainly been more challenging with the winter, just because udders get nasty, especially walking through this stuff. They have to step extra high with their back feet, and it ends up scraping on the side of their udder. Now, Callie's not nearly as bad because she does have a very high and tight first freshener udder, so she generally doesn't get too nasty. She does get some, but Claire does have weaker attachments in the back of her udder, so it does hang a little bit lower. It does get really nasty. So, yay for winter. I can't wait. Cannot wait until we have drier conditions, and especially when we get this drainage stuff addressed. Like, it's going to be a game changer, because our plan, mind you, our plan is to put a lot of gravel up here. Because this is such a high traffic area, grass isn't really going to grow anyway. Their feet are just going to keep it so packed down when it's dry. It turns it into just a mucky mess when it's wet. So if we can just get it all graveled, that's going to make a big difference in the high traffic areas where they're going back and forth a lot. So what David is actually doing behind me in the barn is he is clearing out some of just the muck that has piled up on the concrete pad that is right inside the barn. It's mud that's gotten tracked in with the cows. It's a lot of manure. But it's starting to pile up to a point that I'm having a hard time opening the gate. And I mean, a lot of it as well in that barn is also like old hay and stuff that we've been using as bedding. And we're not cleaning out the old bedding yet. That's going to be for the spring clean out. But right now he's just trying to do the concrete pad that is just primarily a traffic area. And I need my gate to be able to swing open with ease. So he's trying to get that cleared out. A lot of this is going down to a compost pile. or at least spread in an area that we're going to be gardening in. It's going to leach down into the ground and help some of our depleted spaces. But yeah, winter muck can get pretty nasty because of all the moisture, all the wet, all the rain, and you get more animals that are trying to cram into a sheltered space. Now, we are not facing hygiene issues per se because they're not really hanging out on the concrete pad. So it's not like they're laying down in it and getting really gross, but it is getting not fun for any of us to walk through. For the humans, for the cattle, like, it's just one of those things that's been on the list. And today we finally got some time and somebody who can wheel the tractor better than I can, because I'm not confident enough trying to do it on this space. Because here, I will show you guys. The concrete pad has a significant drop off to the ground, like just on the side of it, because just over the years, the traffic of cattle back and forth, there were horses in here before we bought the place. Like, it's just, livestock has put so much wear and tear on the ground that I'm guessing when they poured this concrete, it was a level space, but it's not anymore. And it's probably a solid 18 to 24 inches of a drop. And I'm not confident enough driving the tractor with that kind of a precipitous drop. There's the edge right there. Look at that man. Driving like a pro.
All I can say is, this beats a pitchfork any day. It takes a little bit of finagling because the tractor is pretty big, but I absolutely love this thing. And sometimes it's a little irritating trying to weave through certain spots, but I still maintain get as much horsepower as you can when you buy a tractor, because you're gonna want it. I actually hooked up this little furrow machine thing on the back implement because I need to do some drainage. As you can see, very mucky in this area, and the cows have been patient enough. So is Amanda. So it's time to kind of get that little cleaned up.
Patient is putting it nicely.
Patient is putting it nicely. No, you haven't been impatient, but I just didn't realize just how bad it was. So yeah, time to take care of it.
So while they are working on that, my presence has been requested by my mom to go up and take a look at some seeds, because it is time for us to start our peppers. So we're gonna go through those real quick, figure out what we're planting, how many we're planting, and get those started. It's gonna be really busy between things in the garden that have to be planned and actually implemented. We're gonna have lots of babies being born, because we've got, actually I can show you because I'm right here by the sheep. We've got some sheep that are getting ready to lamb. Esther, I think, is gonna be our next ewe that's gonna have her babies, and she's looking huge. She's basically a land hippo. Hello ladies. So this is Rachel. That's Esther. Just gonna give us a profile so she's looking pretty large and in charge. She's starting to bag up. She's getting ready. Hi little lambs. Hi babies. Hi Naomi. She's looking way better. Look at her face. And there's a little bit of just a flappiness because her skin got stretched out. Hi mama. She's looking way better. So I think that was her problem, was just an overabundance of worms. Now that we're getting her treated, she's doing way better. Hello Hercules. Hi buddy. Hello Ruth. We've got Rachel, Esther, and Leah in the back. My guess is that the order is going to be Esther next, and then I think it's going to be Leah, because she's starting to look really big too. And then I think Rachel's going to be last. And then the other smaller ewes were not bred. So, waiting on those lambs, ladies. seed starting has begun. So we have hundreds of pepper plants that are going in this year because there are things that we grew last year that we loved and want to grow tons more of, and things that didn't do quite as well last year, but we're hoping to see them do better. But we also got like a better feel for what our consumption is. Like, we started paying more attention to how much we need, so we are really looking forward to making a lot more of our own food here on the farm. Hey, sweetie.
Hi.
What you doing?
Kicking myself right there over and over again.
Why is that?
There's an old saying, measure twice, cut once, tell your kid to take a board somewhere and expect that they did it. You shouldn't follow that second or third or whatever part. No, I asked the kids to carry a board over, and then there's a board saying like, I just need a little scrap, I'll just... I cut the board that I thought they had taken, not a scrap piece. All that to say, I'm doing great, how are you?
Well, I was gonna ask what you're working on.
I'm working on an A-frame. This is currently just a frame because the A got cut. But I really love home projects. I'm making an A-frame for meat birds, which is gonna look more impressive when I'm finished putting it together. I'm little, well, we always bring you the whole story, nothing but the story and the truth in the mix and all that good stuff. I think that's how it goes. But yeah, we are trying to get this done. I kind of spent my whole afternoon after church today meeting actually one of our viewers. They came by and we were chatting, which was kind of a cool thing. But now I'm like rushing to beat the sun so I can get this thing finished, and it's going slower because, you know,
Temperature is dropping.
I'm cutting the pieces off that I probably shouldn't. So good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, just rocking on to the break of dawn.
So yes, David is working on a new tractor for the meat birds we're going to be raising this year. We're really excited about it. We have our order of birds that are coming in at the end of March. So got a little bit of time getting things ready, getting things prepped. We are actually not raising Cornish Cross this year. We are raising, they're called, I'm gonna forget their exact name. They're Freedom Ranger, like color gene or color something. I'll put it on the screen. But they have white feathers mixed in with the red feathers, and that's supposed to make them easier to pluck when the time comes for that. So we've been working on some new ideas on how we're gonna raise chickens, how we're gonna brood them, how we're going to raise them. So we're really excited to try out our new ideas and see how it goes this year. Anyway, I gotta get ready to go do some chores. As always, thank you so much for joining me here. This is your country nerd with a goat herd, saying that you can grow where you're planted.